Okay, so the idea is to look on a very nice way to get the cushy-schwartz inequality in this form, which tells us that the inner product between two vectors, its value is always less than or equal the multiplication of the norms of those vectors that we did an inner product between. Looking at the dot product, we can conclude the cushy-schwartz inequality in a very nice intuitive way. Remember that the dot product is what is written right over here. The dot product between u and v equals to the norm of u times norm of v times cosinus theta, which is theta, which is the angle between the vectors, and the norms is the magnitude of the vectors. Now remember that cosinus theta is between 1 and minus 1. Now let's take the absolute value in the two sides of the equation. What we will get in the left side is just the absolute value of u dot product of v. On the right side, what we get is, okay, norm is always positive, or for the zero vector equals 0, so this part, the absolute value doesn't do anything. But for the cosinus theta, it means that the absolute value of cosinus theta is positive and always less than or equal 1. What it means that after we take the absolute value, what is written here is that the dot product of the two vectors is like the multiplication of the norm time of a value that is positive but less than or equals 1, which means that this dot product is less than, on the absolute value, is less than or equal to this norm multiplication of the two vectors, because again the absolute value of cosinus theta is greater or greater or equal 0 but less than or equal 1. So it means that this dot product is this thing, but maybe less than or equal but not greater than. So we get, when we take, it means that the dot product is just less than or equal the multiplication of the norms with the absolute values. This is how we can conclude very easily, looking on the dot product, why the inner product, the absolute value of the inner product between two vectors, give me something that is less than or equals the multiplication of the norms of the two vectors. This is it. Thank you very much.